Welcome to the podcast of disaster. I'm your host JCR1216, and joining me are my co-hosts.
Quarter 437.
Yo, it's Axel.
And I'm Fun Floof the cartoon.
We have a amazing episode today that we totally didn't forget to make in January. The Sonic OVA turns 30 this year. It came out in '96, came out into America later. So we can technically, but
We can technically still celebrate its 30th year, because apparently to the Sonic Wiki, like the retail release for the OVA actually happened in May 31st of 1986, according to the Sonic Wiki.
96.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we're technically on time and a little bit early.
Yep.
I'd say that's miraculous indeed.
Yeah, that is very nice.
This movie, I got my first introduction to it, or realization of it, from the Nostalgia Critic episode that he did on it.
That's very funny.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious. There's definitely some things, as we talked about in the Sonic X video, there's definitely some things that didn't age well that also didn't age well here. But we'll get to those moments when we get to them.
Yeah, I guess Floof, we can talk about our experiences next. With this movie.
I think you should go first, Axel. Then Floof will follow.
Yeah. So very funny thing. As a kid, I wasn't a big Sonic fan back then. But my mom, she was a Sonic fan a little bit. And she somehow got a copy of the. She somehow got a copy of the DVD, North American dub. She got a copy of that DVD. Somehow, she doesn't remember. She doesn't remember like how. And growing up, that was kind of my. This movie was kind of my introduction into Sonic. I didn't even know that Sonic was like a big video game franchise back then. I was just a kid, and we didn't have cable. 4 kids and didn't watch Sonic X growing up. But yeah, this OVA is very nostalgic for me. Like, I grew up loving this thing, and I just love the artistic style of it. Like how classic it feels while going into this like really bizarre Sonic-like world that is Planet Freedom. I really enjoyed that. I also love how badass Hyper Metal Sonic is too. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love Metal Sonic in this. Like, I think in like any Sonic media, but there's Sonic 4 coming out next year, so we'll have to wait on that.
And as I said in previous episodes, we're gonna milk that dry.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think this might be my favorite like interpretation of Hyper Metal Sonic, or just Metal Sonic as he's normally called. He's just called a Hyper Metal Sonic in this. But Metal, he is always best when he is mute, and that's what makes him the most intimidating. And I really love Metal's character in this. I could go on for hours about this movie and why I like it so much, but we have an episode to record, and I want to save time. I don't want to waste any time.
Don't worry, we have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so Floof, what was your thoughts of your introduction to the Sonic OVA?
I'm always reminded of the conversations that are had about like the Sonic series taking after its external media and such. And, people will often say is that like there is a lot of influences that come from Sat AM, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Archie Sonic, Sonic Boom, for instance, even like just a lot really. When I think of like what kind of external media that Sonic has had in the past, where it takes the most from, it's this movie, it's this OVA. Every single time I come across something from, say, the spin-off games or even the current IDW comics, there is literally nothing is stopped from what I can tell. From what I can tell, nothing is stopping the OVA from being referenced as many times over compared to everything else. And I think that's also kind of why I like it so much, because of the fact that this, of all things from Sonic's history, has surprisingly a more lasting impact throughout the series history. I mean, I don't think people can really think like 50% of the time of Knuckles not having his hat. Or at the very least, for us reading the comics, we know Mecha Knuckles has a hat like such. Or just the entire, you know, the entirety of the entirety of a certain segment in the 900th adventure that comes to mind. But
Mhm.
I'm not really here to talk about the comics. I am, but I will be talking about the influences that OVA has. It's everything when it comes to, say, uh, well, yeah, Metal Sonic being in an animated format, in a 2D animated format for the first time since like what the Sonic CD animations, um,
Yeah,
as well
definitely.
as being
Yeah, that
like
sounds right.
and at the time, prior to Sonic Adventure, it was also the closest. I mean, it makes sense because Studio Pierrot, who animated it, they are a
Yeah,
Japanese company. So of course, this OVA was the closest you'd get to a Japanese animated Sonic. So
yeah.
accurate to that of Sonic's Japanese art style. Heck, pretty sure it was the first time that we'd see the tornado in an animation. I think as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that was
That
the first time.
that
Maybe
sounds about
I think
right.
it was. I think it might have been in AOSTH. I think it might have been. I don't know. That
I
series is a
don't.
pipe dream like this.
I all the
But
tornado
I believe
appearing
it's
in
the first
Adventures
time.
of the first like animated appearance of the tornado, the Sonic OVA, and going back to the point of a Studio Pierrot animating this. Studio Pierrot is also famous for animating series like Naruto, Bleach, Tokyo Ghoul, and also Yu Yu Hakusho. And this studio has done some like very like amazing work,
Like,
like
yeah,
over its time.
it's yeah. I that's the whole thing is that despite the fact that the OVA is very much its own thing with its own world building, and everything, I like that it's so close to, Japanese classic Sonic and such that like again elements can show up in the future, titles. Again, we didn't really know how far we'd go with that, but apparently we'd go so far as to, you know, make this reference and make that reference. Again, Knuckles' hat, the parallels between Metal Sonic and Mecha Sonic. Um, the it's just very interesting that I mean it makes sense, but at the same time it's like yeah, heck, the OVA has more of something over than Sonic X because Sonic X's elements, despite the fact that some of them have made it into the mainline series, there is still a bit of like weirdness behind like them being used legally and stuff on Sega's end and whatnot. But the OVA is like yeah, that's just what I think. It's so close to like it being like um ideally like a classic Sonic animated adventure. It's just yeah. I
Yeah.
very much like it. And I do hope that a lot of the ideas from the OVA still show up as well. Like heck, even right down to character designs. Is that like, um what is I thinking? Old Man Owl is my favorite character from the OVA, hands down. Genuinely.
uh,
It's crazy that his voice it's crazy that excuse me. It's crazy that his I found out that his voice actor, Charles Campbell, he is not only did he find like behind the scenes like recordings from the English dub of the OVA, which I thought was cool, but it's also I found out that he's Gran Torino in My Hero Academia, and I would have never made that
oh,
connection at all. And that's so
oh,
funny.
that's awesome. No, you need to send me like the behind the scenes stuff. I'm
I'm
so
pretty sure that
interested.
there's a post about it somewhere. I'll have to find it for you. But no, I was
Yeah.
gonna go back to Old Man Owl. Is that like he's such a prominent character to be featured in the OVA, probably because of the fact that he's one of the very few other animal characters to show up aside from Team Sonic. But like owl characters that show up in the Sonic series in the future would pretty much go off of him as a template. Night the Owl, for existence from the comics, or even I'll even mention here, Daniel Barnes. Whenever he cameos in the comics, he has the swirly eyeglasses and everything. Um, that's also another thing I like is that like again when the character designs like go off of where they're originally from and influence other characters or just other things in general. um, it would be nice as well because, again, I mentioned it before. 900 Adventure. There is a whole segment involving an abandoned city that looks similar to the ancient relics. I think I'm pretty sure I asked this to Danny, but he said, "Oh, it's just, it's just a city," and it's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But it's like I would like to see like more of these elements like show up in the series. Like I would like to see like an island full of like these like just full of like abandoned machinery cobbled together to make I'm pretty like I'd be down to see if Tails could make like a workshop out of that, or just like adapt that into the series because Tails has a lot of workshops. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if like Robotnik Land as a setting would come back in some way, shape, or form. Just because
Yeah.
I genuinely think like just entire cities dedicated to Eggman is cool, but it's like aside from Eggman Land from Unleashed and Ego
And
City from Sonic Dream
Robotropolis.
Team, there
Yeah.
definitely needs to be like more of a there needs to be more of like an exploration as to like, oh, like there's actual badniks living here and stuff, where it's like, you know, just more like that. New York City is kind of something I can also see as well. It's like I just want more examples of like the insides of an Eggman city.
I mean, we do kind of sort of get that in a setting I'm an Archie with Robotropolis, but nothing but nothing like compares, in my opinion, to to Robotropolis and the OVA. It's so freaking pretty. It's so freaking pretty and lively. Like whenever the city lights up at night, and it's just
Mhm.
oh my god. I would want to live there. Like half the city hasn't sunk into the ocean.
Actually, speaking of which, I'm actually going to mention it now. Shout out to the fact that Robotnik Land actually does cameo in the IDW Sonic comics. It's in cover B for the upcoming 35th anniversary special.
Oh, is
And
it?
it gets yeah, it is. You can see it on Eggman's side in Aaron Hammerstrom's cover, and that gets me wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Makes
Hello,
me
internet. Welcome to
wonder.
Game Theory.
Good
No, no, no,
artist,
no,
by the
let's not do
way.
this. Let's not do this now. Let's not do this now. Let's keep on continuing.
Yeah.
And then, well, you know, honestly, you know what? I'll also mention it now is that I also feel as though like aside like right next to Sonic X, Sonic OVA also definitely has the most like fandom influence from across the series history because like I mean, hello folks. Go watch a Sonic Paradox video and you'll see exactly what I mean.
Yep.
Like
Strange, isn't it?
Or just like a look up like clips on like YouTube or Twitter, and you'll see like where the memes come from.
oh boy. Yeah. Like yeah, it's like it's yeah, Sonic OVA in of itself is such an enigma. It's the fact that it's like it feels like in this weird like in between spot in the series history. But it's like it also has like the most fandom influence and the most influence to appear in like the series. Again, influences in the comics, influences in quite a few official projects as well. Um and nowadays there might not be as much stuff to go off of in terms of like adapting the OVA into other parts of the Sonic series. I'm happy that it has at least gotten its flowers from the community. Like, some people may not like it, and that's totally fair. Some people will happen to like it, and that's cool. It's just nice. It's just really nice. And also, like, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, the OVA definitely introduced me not to Sonic because I grew up on Sonic in a different way, but in terms of what the OVA did, it introduced me to like what Sonic was like on YouTube. Like I had no idea what I was going into. It's like, oh, people playing video games and stuff. No, it's like people, posting the movie in full on YouTube and such because there isn't really much of an official way to like stream it or watch it. I think there was something that was going to happen on DVD, but I don't think that actually came out. But
Hmm.
it's just introduced me to like a whole different level of whoa, people like Sonic here and stuff like that. Um, all in all, I like the OVA. I like the OVA. There's definitely a lot more that I can take from, and well, hmm, hmm. I would be interested. I would definitely be interested to see because I'm thinking of it now, right? I think that it could be interesting of trying like any attempts to try to get Sarah and the President back in some way, shape, or form. And
Yeah.
I totally think it could happen in a classic Sonic setting. But I don't want to. That's me going into full
Fan
blown
fiction
theory
character.
talk, and that's not what I'm going to be doing right now. But you know, all
Instead
good
of
stuff.
instead of Matt Pat, we got Floof Pat.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm done rambling. I think I've talked most of everyone's ear off, so you guys take it from
Okay.
me.
Yeah,
Okay,
feel free to interject, my dude. No, your input on stuff is
There was a part
fascinating
where
to
Aaron
me.
Hammerstone was mentioned, and I just want to say he's like my favorite artist. So yeah.
Oh yeah, he and like going back to the IDW comics too, like Daniel Barnes will go out of his way to reference the OVA to his heart's content. Like, like even referencing certain lines from it. Last issue of the Scrapnik Island comic of I'd say pretty famous line.
Or it's the
For-
fact, or like also the fact that like some of the promotional material they put out from the OVA is pretty much just inspired. No, the stuff. Bleh, oh gosh, sorry, autopilot. The stuff that they put out for Scrapnik Island in terms of promotion is pretty much just inspired by the OVA. I have a
oh, for
poster
sure.
which is the second episode poster. It's basically replacing the Sonic OVA elements with the Scrapnik Island elements. So like Mecha Sonic is there instead of Knuckles. Mecha Sonic. The yeah, I love this. This is
Like a
great.
Knuckles
Mecha Sonic
is
is
in
there
place of
instead of
Knuckles.
Metal Sonic. Stuff like that. It's just fun. It's just fun.
Yeah.
Okay, someone please talk
Yeah, we
now. I have to go grab my
Yeah,
water
let-
bottle
let-
when I think about it.
Yep, let's begin with the movie.
Do you want to take over, JCR, or because I know
I'll
like,
let you take over.
certain-
I'll let you take
Yeah,
over.
yeah. We start off on this like really cool sequence of a Metal Sonic like floating in stasis, like he's just like laying dormant, and then Dr. Eggman is like, finally, the only thing left to be done is capture the biodata, and then you will be complete, my Hyper Metal Sonic. When you wake him, kill him, and those glowing red eyes fade in, and it's like, oh my god, it's so cool. Oh my god, I love it so much. It's like that opening sequence says so much without too much words. Like it's just that one simple dialogue of Eggman ordering Metal to do his purpose, and that is that's all we really need. And then we cut to Old Man Owl on a hovercraft that is kind of malfunctioning. He's going to South Island, which the thing about Planet Freedom is that I don't think that there are like any like waterlogged islands. I might be wrong, but in this movie, like every island, like almost every island is floating. Almost every island is floating. So, including South Island, where Sonic and Tails are living, inside the wreckage of a crashed plane, which I love so much. World building. And then we get Tails with Leaning Fisher doing the stuffiest Tails I've ever heard in my life, and I find it so cute.
Somebody give that poor boy a tissue.
or even like a neti pot, like you can tell that Leaning Fisher is trying to do like the stuffiest like 9-year-old voice that she can. And I think she does a pretty good job with it. And while Tails is having fun on his rocker-powered surfboard, Sonic is chilling on the beach. That is referenced in I think Sonic, IDW issue 42. There's a cover that Natalie Haynes did that references like this exact sequence of Sonic chilling in the lounge chair, like bopping his head to music. And while Sonic's chilling out, Tails runs into Old Man Owl, who is like flying dangerously close behind him, and we get the classic like dialogue exchange of Tails like calling out for help, while Sonic is getting increasingly annoyed, and until he finally bursts out and says, "Shut up, Tails!" It's immediately you can sense like the dialogue between the two, between these two buds, and every like almost every dialogue exchange with every single character I find so charming and funny. And it's just like, yeah. Old Man Owl crashes into like the into like Sonic's lounge area. He has come to South Island with news while he is like flying around, like trying to keep his hovercraft steady. Tails goes over to help while Sonic keeps on lounging around. And eventually, the hovercraft with Tails and Old Man Owl on it is careening towards like the base of the mountain. And Sonic has to sprint over there and save the day, since because Tails calls out his name. And the news that Old Man Owl came to deliver is that the president wants him to go to the White House, residential mansion. And I don't know if it might just be me, but do either of you think that Old Man Owl is into the president, because he shows like because he shows like a lot of adoration for this guy, for this bumbling leader, and it's just like, And it's like, do either of you think that, or is it just me?
That's interesting. I do feel like though it is really funny.
I see.
But
I see. I see. So, appearance of the tornado on a revolving taking off on a revolving runway. And, like every single thing about this movie, like makes me smile like an idiot. Like every single time, like this revolving runway that the tornado launches off of. It was like, oh my god, that is so cool. Get to the White House. Not the real White House or the White House that appears in Shadow the Hedgehog 2005. It's a different White House on a different island or like a different set of islands. And who is there? None other than Dr. Ivo Robotnik Eggman. He called on Sonic to basically fight against Metal Robotnik. So basically, the story that Eggman tells is that his biggest creation, Metal Robotnik, which is like a huge mecha, is terrorizing his city of Robotropolis, which is in the land of darkness, and where they're all currently located right now is called the land of the sky. So Planet Freedom is basically split into two dimensions: the land of the sky and land of darkness. The land of darkness is where Robotropolis is, and he basically wanting Sonic to take down Metal Robotnik and turn on this robot generator, which generates power into his city, because by tomorrow morning the city will basically explode. For a little bit of back and forth between Eggman, the president, and Sarah and Sonic, basically agrees to do this like cockamamie plan, and Sonic and Tails take off toward like a wormhole to the land of darkness. Meanwhile, and the president and Eggman and Sarah are playing like that's what I basically call that. And then Metal Robotnik basically explodes into the White House. Leaving Sarah excited to go inside it with Eggman like trying to wring control away from her, as Metal Robotnik goes to, I think, basically teleports to the land of darkness. We don't really see that much of that to the sunken city. But meanwhile, Sonic and Tails crash land into the land of darkness, and we get this really, really cool like Sonic CD-esque sequence. Like I think of the OVA and it's like sprawling like open landscapes, vast like landscape. That I'd had canon that these vast open landscapes in the land of darkness that Sonic and Tails run through was kind of like the basis for the Starfall Islands and Frontiers. Like that's my personal headcanon of that. It's so friggin' beautiful too. And then the buds Sonic and Tails run fast enough to enter through a portal, enter through a portal into this this post-apocalyptic like half sunken like New York esque city, which is like right next to Robotropolis. I forgot to mention this. Tails was given a navigator by Eggman, so that's how they were able to get into this city. And I think this OVA introduces like a lot of firsts for certain characters. I don't think there's like any other time before this where it has like Tails like freeze like a deer in headlights to lightning, to thunder and lightning.
Yeah, I believe this was one of the first times.
I can't really think of any others. So anyway, Metal Robotnik, Sonic and Tails are running around the city, and out of nowhere, the quote unquote ghost of Metal Robotnik, as Tails called it, basically teleports in front of them, and we get involved in a very cool, very intense chase sequence between the boys and Metal Robotnik, and yes, this is the chase where presumably Sonic is flipping the bird at Metal Robotnik. That is the sequence.
That is the 90s.
Yep. But classic Sonic was different back then. It's fine. Anyway, I was gonna ask if you have like anything to add anything to add? Floof?
The
Uh,
Ancient Relics is very much New York City. I think we can all agree on that part.
yes, I have mentioned that. It's like a post-apocalyptic, half sunken New York City.
It's very
uh,
interesting. Like obviously, Sonic, at its core themes has always been about, um, from the first game, it's always been about naturalism versus industrialism. So, you know, obviously, it makes so much of a sense is that this abandoned, overgrown city that has probably not seen activity for ages now is settlement where Eggman is, and I just think that's inherent. That's cool in my opinion. Again, it's stuff like this where I definitely want to see more of in the future. Eggman's influence taking over places that are just kind of meant to just you know continue the course, and just um again, this is why stuff I want to see um in the series more of and such. I'm really holding out hope that we do end up getting a new classic Sonic game.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned this earlier, but you were muted. The sequence before it, where Sonic and Tails like run through this like vast landscape, like Sonic CD like opening animation coded, like very much so, And I headcanon, and my personal headcanon is that this sequence alone like inspired like the Starfall Islands and like the open world open zone gameplay of Frontiers. Like that's my personal headcanon on that regard.
I totally understand that and why you may think so. It's just nice to see Sonic just kind of be in a more natural setting, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. Anyway, back on track. Back on track there. Back on track here. We Sonic and Tails lose Metal Robotnik for a bit. But surprise, surprise, Metal Robotnik caught onto their got onto their game. Because they were faking like splashing and drowning sounds.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's not forget the absolute wonderful segment we get of uh, Metal Robotnik doing a certain thing, attacking what appeared to be sticky bullets. Let's say that, yeah.
Oh
yeah,
wow, Flip. I didn't think you would go there.
yes,
I mean, we have to
yeah,
talk about a lot of things, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We
This
have to
isn't
talk about
even.
some things.
This is. This is what we call. I remember watching the Nostalgia Critic episode, and it's like, oh my god, oh my god, you know.
This. But yeah, we get introduced to Knuckles, who is like digging around places,
More
and he
embracing him
sees.
being a treasure hunter than anything.
Very curious that they didn't go like the Guardian of Angel Island approach, but sticking with him as a treasure hunter in this, like retrospectively, that's a
It's
very
the
interesting choice to go with.
it's the fact like the fact that he mentions uh putting it on Sonic's tab is like he's a professional. It makes the most sense, you know?
Of course, like little sequences referenced in I think the 900th adventure issue, that Danny Barnes did
Yeah,
of
this whole
Sonic riding the
segment.
missile. Yeah.
Yeah, bit of a love letter to most elements of Sonic, but yeah, Danny will give you the OVA boot, and it will happen again, I'm sure.
Yeah. So that missile, like really messed up, really messed up, Metal Robotnik bad, and like the reveal in the rain, his like disfigured, like mangled, so, oh my god, that is horror movie level right there. But yeah, it starts to rain, and with each step that Metal Robotnik takes, Sonic is stuck in the gloop trap, and every step that Metal Robotnik takes, he is sinking further and further down into the ground as the streets are being flooded. But he is saved by Knuckles. Knuckles saves Tails, and Tails saves saves Sonic while Knuckles is fending off Metal Robotnik, who also gets stuck in the glue trap eventually. And together, after Metal Robotnik admits defeat, they all take it. They all take it down. They all celebrate in the rain. Meanwhile, Robotnik and Eggman and Sarah come out, and Eggman does does the speech of like that he'll have to fight something far more evil and stronger than Metal Robotnik. To which Sarah, we should get into the dynamic of Eggman and Sarah sooner rather than later here.
God.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you thought the Sonic X episode was a little freaky, this OVA is yeah, this OVA has some stuff that definitely
Like most Japanese things, Sarah, I think is like 17, like but she's a teenager.
little
She's
older,
a
slight little
teenager.
older.
Let me
His
be clear
age.
about that.
I thought she
She's
was
a
14.
still though she is a minor. She is a minor.
Oh, the good old things were different back then. Times were different
good
back
old
then.
thing.
Yeah,
Good old
something,
thing,
something,
right?
something.
Just lightly here.
Yes. So Sonic and Tails are about to bid Knuckles goodbye.
Knuckles or with the sunglasses.
Oh yeah, absolutely. These like impressive shots of Robotropolis, and it's just like, oh my god, it looks so pretty. I want to live there. Oh my god,
We need to bring
the,
back animation.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so Sonic and Tails go to Robotropolis, and Knuckles stays behind, but then shortly after goes with them. Goes with them to find this robot generator, and that's basically where part one of this OVA ends. Because originally in Japan, this OVA was 2 episodes. This OVA was 2 episodes. What we get in the English dub, what we get in the English dub done by ADV, which is a company that doesn't exist anymore. Each episode is about like approximately 25 to 30 minutes. I would say. But in the dub, it's a full movie. With like 50 plus minutes of footage of animation. But yeah, that's basically part one. Part two starts. Were you gonna say something, JCR?
Yeah, with
Or something?
an homage to Toy Story 3 with them nearly being incinerated, even though Toy Story 3 came out way after this movie.
This.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
overall interesting because this does lead to Knuckles being back in the saddle and deciding to help them out.
Yeah. So part two, Tails and Knuckles, they are inside like the main facility of Robotropolis, where the robot generator is located, and they are fending off like various badniks and obstacles to get to it. And then Floof, you're like the walking Sonic encyclopedia and badniks. Like, what's that like snail badnik called? I can't remember the name of it.
Snail Blaster.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, that,
Another thing I also wanted to mention is that, like, despite the fact that Eggman's robots have shown up in, very cartoony or very Saturday morning iterations of whatever you consider Eggman's robots to be, the OVA was the first to animate the accurate game designs of the Batniks,
yeah.
including Crabmeat, Carlton, Buzz Bomber, and Snail Blaster. I believe those are simply the only 4, but they're all ones that appear across the game, so that's at least nice. And as well as I can remember, there are also, there's also the original design robots for the movie, such as the ones that were, Eggman's front guard that were with him at the White House, and then the whole bunch of robots that supposedly, somewhat, I don't know, still not exactly sure, took over Robotnik Land. The ones that were being led by Metal Robotnik.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What? No, great. Fancy that, huh?
Like
uh,
like if I had like names to go off of for the original robots, like yeah, that'd be great. Except we don't, so it's like,
yeah, we don't. They're made specifically for this, so we don't really have. No, we don't really have like canon names for them.
for
Yeah.
me specifically to go
Yeah,
off of.
yeah.
I'm sure that if the wonderful people over at Sega, specifically the comics crew, could do something about that, if they ever brought those designs over, because they've brought over past Badnik designs, I think that would be cool. That's just
Yeah,
me
yeah, for
though.
sure.
That's just me though. That's just me. Anyway,
Yeah. Well,
um,
anyway, Del Pickle in our Discord server says, without context, talking about the White House makes me imagine the scene from Sonic X where Eggman just strolls into the president's office and drops his iconic line about being a banana and giving the security the slip. Yeah, that. I see. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. I will give you a name of
Anyway.
a robot that we do know about.
Oh yeah, we'll get to him very, very soon. So Sonic disables the robot generator, which traps him in like a tractor, in like a tractor beam. Like I think I think it's supposed to. I think it's supposed to weaken him, and it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like the final stage of metal of metal coming to life. I've had a hard time deciphering this little segment because the robot generator is actually disabled by Sonic, and all the power in Robotropolis like goes out, like full on blackout. And then we get the coolest mother flipping reveal scene of none other than hyper metal freaking Sonic, baby. This reveal is so cool. I love oh my god, I just love everything about this scene. I just love everything about this scene and how silent he is during during it and in certain parts, especially this scene too. Because we get little shots of Metal Sonic's arm, his legs, him standing up. Reveal when the smoke clears, Metal Sonic standing in front of Sonic. Oh my god, it's so freaking cool. I love it so much. Oh my god.
Moments in aura, baby.
Hype moments in aura. That's all this Hyper Metal Sonic is. It's very like Metal Sonic in this metal in this movie has tons of freaking aura, dude. It's so freaking cool. The corpse of Metal Robotnik comes back, and he and it's being held up by Eggman's like a robot guard. Only to reveal that Eggman and Sarah are Metal Robotnik. It's like, and Sonic is all the way ticked off. Sonic is all the way ticked off, and that he's been tricked. That he's been tricked and fallen into Eggman's trap. To which Sonic sprints towards Eggman, and here comes Metal teleporting in front of Eggman. To Metal does not want Sonic to hurt his daddy. It was like, and like the individual shots, and like the individual shots of Metal standing in front of Eggman. It was like, it's so freaking cool. So basically, what Eggman did, what this whole robot generator business was about, what this whole Hyper Metal Sonic business is about, is that Eggman was able to copy Sonic's biodata into Metal, basically making him Sonic's equal. And that is proven as such during this first fight between Metal and Sonic. It's such a really cool showcase of Metal's like skills and power as well. Because Sonic during this first fight, he is unable to like land a hit on him. Basically invulnerable to Sonic because all his moves. He knows he knows what he thinks. So Metal basically whoops Sonic's butt handily, I might add, to the point of sending a huge boulder crashing on Robotropolis, which is insane, which is absolutely insane. And we get more of the running dynamic of Eggman and Sarah. The Sonic is defeated, and Tails and Knuckles have to retreat back to South Island. Meanwhile, on South Island, Old Man Owl is chilling out on the beach at night, which vibe as a beach lover, like absolute vibe. I would love to go out to the beach at night and vibe there and just chill. And something is heard coming around the corner. And Old Man Owl thinks it's Sonic, but really it's Metal. It's Metal like come to quote unquote torture him, I think. But we'll see what happens to Old Man Owl very soon. Next morning, Sonic wakes up in the forest, and he realizes that that because Metal is dangerous, like he knows he has to stop him. Like he knows he has to stop him. Because Metal is basically wreaking havoc all around the world. It's so it's so devastating. As the president, who is still at the White House, is watching this destruction. Like outside his balcony, and also on like a TV screen, and it's so harrowing. It must be very harrowing to watch. Meanwhile, on South Island, Tails and Knuckles come home, only to find that things don't look the best. That things don't look the best. Like some parts of their home are destroyed, and are like in flames and stuff. And we get to see what happens to Old Man Owl in this scene. He said that Sonic forced him to put on the clothes and flew away without saying anything. like that is very, very nice, very funny. And so Tails is renovating the Navigator that Eggman gave him. And is fixing up. And while he's doing that, he and Knuckles go on about how Metal Sonic is able to catch up with Sonic. I'm forgetting like the core details of that.
Because of the fact that Metal Sonic tapped into Sonic's bio data during the transfer back at Robotnik Land. It's very much that's basically what it is. It's Sonic's bio data connecting to Metal Sonic and Metal Sonic connecting to Sonic. It's the fact that the two have basically become intertwined through Sonic's mind and Metal Sonic's processing. At least that's just the top of my head way I can remember it.
Yeah.
Focus for the rest of the movie instead.
That basically sounds right. Meanwhile, the president is watching all this destruction that Metal Sonic has been Metal Sonic has been wreaking havoc over. He's seeing all the devastation that he's causing, and so he calls Sonic's base on South Island, only to find that only Tails, Knuckles, and Old Man Owl are there, but not him, but not Sonic. And then then we cut to keep Eggman and Sarah in mind.
Oh god.
Yes, we're there. We are there. So Eggman is very ecstatic to have Metal Sonic causing destruction all over the world. Eggman gifts Sarah honestly a really cute white dress.
But the intentions behind it are not cute.
Yep. No, the dress is cute, but yeah. I'll just say what that exchange is. So Sarah's like, don't you think I look cute? And Eggman chuckles and is like, it suits you very well. A wedding dress. And then Eggman goes on to say that once Metal Sonic has destroyed the land of the sky, we'll be the only ones left. Then we can get married and live the rest of our happy lives together. And then it cuts.
your volume increase. And
then it cuts to a scene of Sarah. Of Eggman and Sarah as parents, and she is breastfeeding one of the babies.
Yeah, that is nuts. It is incredibly nuts.
I'm pretty sure I recall counting 13 kids in that scene.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain the number just comes back to me. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it was definitely more than 2. That's for sure.
Here at the Podcast of Disaster, we do not condone any of Sega's past decisions, but at the same time, we honestly don't know how to respond to any of Sega's past decisions.
We don't know how to respond. We don't know how to respond to that, and we also don't condone any of these actions in real life. We do not condone these actions in real life.
The Podcast of Disaster does not condone pedophilia.
Yeah, so let's just move on with the movie, please.
Yes. So rightfully so, Sarah is angry.
It's creepy.
Meanwhile, yes, rightfully so. Meanwhile, the president is talking to Knuckles, Tails, and Old Man Owl, and Knuckles goes on And Knuckles goes on to exposit that during his travels, he has seen firsthand that the land of the sky, that the land of the sky itself is held together by huge sheets of ice up in the North Pole. There's also magma and lava underneath it. The magma will melt the ice of the North Pole, and it will basically destroy the entire planet. Planet Freedom is blown to bits into space.
Pretty much.
That. Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing to know about too. Is that
What I say, the world building of Sonic OVA is so separate is because pretty much all of their planet is it's all floating islands. It's connected by the ice caps, and yeah, it's like if like something or other, like it's like as if Angel Island was held together because of the oh gosh, how's it? It's actually, that makes me wonder, because all of them were floating islands. That makes me wonder.
Yeah.
Maybe the reason why they didn't do Angel Island is because it wouldn't have been any different as the rest of the world.
So anyway, Sonic heard everything. Has heard everything that he needs to know. So that Metal Sonic is traveling to the North Pole fast, and so Sonic has to go. And Eggman and Sarah teleport to the North Pole, and Knuckles and Tails fly. And because Metal goes to the North Pole, he's able to puncture the ice easily, like a volcano of continuous lava spewing out of it. And then we get the classic, famous exchange with Metal Sonic. To Martin Burke, credit to Martin Burke, he's able to get the cockiness of classic Sonic down.
Also right down to how he sounds, and I was gonna comment, it's like, well, Sonic doesn't really sound Sonic sounds possibly almost just as, Sonic is a little bit stuffed as well, but it's not as nasally as Tails, but it's at least it gets to the point with Sonic. It's different, but with the fact that
everybody reporting this needs a lot.
It's the voice direction. It's fun. It is fun.
It's just fun. It's just fun. So we got Sonic saying, so now we're getting down to the real fight. The last Sonic standing will be the winner.
After a really weird, another weird perverted scene of that scene in the ship.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. And then Sonic's like, this world is big enough for the both of us.
One of us has to go.
Well,
yeah, I agree.
Well, I agree. And then we get to the famous line of the OVA. If you don't know the OVA, at all, you know this line. It's like, everything. You know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you. I know everything you're going to do.
I know everything you're going to do.
Yeah. Yep, you know this line. And then meanwhile, while Metal and Sonic are literally head-to-head with each other, Eggman and Sarah teleport into the North Pole. They're kind of in the middle of a Metal and Sonic's fight, which leads to the segment that JCR teased. Teased isn't the right word for that. Yeah.
Tease is a terror. Jesus Christ. Yeah. This we all know Sonic X has some weird scenes, but let's just thank God Sega learned in the past decade and they toned it down a little bit because we love the scene of Metal Sonic being a perv and Sonic unintentionally being a part of it because they're connected, like Astro Ninja.
Yes.
We need to tread water carefully because there's at least 2 more scenes in this that are very nuts.
Part two of the OVA. Part 2 of the OVA is surprisingly very. There's some stuff in part 2 that are just very icky. Basically, Sarah falls out of the Eggman's hovercraft, and who's there to save the day? For Sarah, Knuckles. Knuckles, he comes flying in, and we get Tails flying on the tornado. which basically gets shot down by Eggman. We never see the tornado again. And there's a very funny gag with the tortoise and the hare, being like the heat-seeking missiles. The rabbit one takes out the tornado. So anyway, Knuckles is saved by Sarah, and Tails is tumbling down. Tails is tumbling down the mountain, becoming a snowball. And just before Eggman is about to take Sarah away again, Knuckles and Sarah are being rolled up into the Tails snowball. They crash. And
which leads to another very interesting scene.
Yes.
That scene. There's a. This is a. I think this is. I would say this is worse than the Rouge kissing Tails moment in X. I think without a doubt. I'm not going to say it out loud, but if you've seen it, you know, and I do not want to get this channel nuked. We are called the podcast of disaster, not the podcast of atrocity.
Yeah, I will say that I will say the one line that Knuckles comments with. I never thought you'd stoop that low. That's all you'll get.
Yeah.
Fight between Metal and Sonic continues, and Sonic is getting his ass. And Sonic, like in the first fight, is getting his butt whooped. Sonic gets a lucky break as Sarah pleads for Metal to stop. Keep in mind, while this is happening, lava and magma is spewing out of the original hole that the Metal caused. It all depends on this one ice bridge to stay together. As Knuckles is coaxed by Sarah to take care of it.
Gives them a nice little kiss on the cheek, and that makes him laugh.
Yeah. Yes. So anyway, Knuckles is able to redirect. Knuckles, because he's an echidna and is able to burrow very easily. He redirects the lava. He redirects the lava away from the ice bridge. And Sonic, like I said before, he's not having a good time. He is looking a little worse for wear now. Since Metal keeps handing him his ass. While Metal is choking out Sonic, and Sarah is trying to fend Metal off, Tails with his navigator is able to basically override Metal's programming. Metal's programming long enough for Sonic to have a chance to be able to land a hit on him finally. And then the president shows up at the North Pole, and he crashes into the ice bridge, which makes things even worse. So Sonic and Tails have to save the president now, as the ship catches on fire. And Metal still with a lot of fight in him, even though he is now compromised. He deflects Sonic and Tails away from the ship, and before Tails uses the navigator again, Eggman shoots the navigator, rendering Tails useless for the rest of the movie, for the rest of the fight. So it's just Metal versus Sonic, the battle of the Titans, now. As they to their advantage and
Metal, but Metal Sonic decides to go psych and goes out the same way Mimic did in '79.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. This scene, I have this specific scene stuck in my head so many times. Especially Sonic's plea, grab a hold of my hand. And that line is literally referenced in Sonic, Scrapnik Island Issue 4, where Sonic is reaching out to Mecha Sonic in the incinerator. And just like Mecha, many years after this, Metal swipes Sonic's hand away. Swipes Sonic's hand away. And we get this really silly, dub line. Into the lava. There can be only one Sonic. As Sonic is left depressed. Sonic is left depressed of not being able to save his foil, basically. And but hey, it's okay. The day is saved. But hey, it's all right. The day is saved. But Eggman, he has a backup plan. He has a CD of Sonic's biodata, proclaiming that he'll be able to build an even stronger Metal Sonic. And remember that turtle heat-seeking missile that Eggman fired? Well, that comes back. And it basically blows up the CD, rendering it useless, leaving everyone to laugh at him, leaving everyone to laugh at Eggman, and oh, I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention this. During the final fight between Metal and Sonic, Knuckles was caught in the crossfire as Sonic bounced off his head. Sonic bounced off his head and Knuckles gave him a thumbs down. Here, Sonic. Sonic. Knuckles slaps Sonic upside the head and says, "Now we're finally even." As he runs away, Sonic chasing after him with Tails following. As everyone else, Eggman, Sarah, the President, and Old Man Owl aboard Eggman's hovercraft. Boards Eggman's hovercraft to chase after the trio. And Sonic, and for the last shot of the movie, we get Sonic dashing into the camera, and then there's credits, end scene.
That's Sonic OVA.
Yes.
Overall, I would say that it was interesting. Again, shout out to Martin Burke as Sonic, Leanne Fraser as Tails, Bill Wise as Knuckles, Edwin Neal as Robotnik, and as the President, Sarah as Sasha Bessie. I definitely messed it up. As we said earlier, Charlie Campbell played the Old Man Owl, and Gary Dean played Metal Sonic. That was definitely a movie. It's interesting because we looked at two of the first couple of we haven't looked at Adventures of or Sad AM, but we've looked at some of the earlier Sonic media where we get to see stuff like this. I definitely think it's overall interesting. Stuff has definitely not aged well for some of these. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. I would say so.
It's still a really good Sonic story. It's just that, there
was some stuff that
changing his hands.
Yeah. I was about to mention as we got to the credits, we get the iconic song of the movie "Look-alike," which I have a pretty soft spot for. Like a soft spot in my heart for that song. Whenever that song comes up, whenever that song comes up in anything that Sonic fan related, it gives me goosebumps, and it makes me very happy. It makes me smile like an idiot.
Well, speaking of being happy, I believe that we all were overall happy with this film. Personally, I would rate this. I would say that it's better than the first Sonic movie, the 2020 movie. But yeah,
interesting.
Definitely some things holding it back. Obviously, the times have changed and everything, but it is going to be interesting to see Metal in another movie by this time next year.
Yeah, I am so hyped. I am so hyped for Metal to show up in Sonic 4, because his showing in the mid credits in Sonic 3, it was very promising. It was very promising. I'm very excited for that. For me, I would rank this. Personally, I would rank this above Sonic 1 and 2 in terms of movies, but below Sonic 3.
Even better than movie 2? Live action movie 2?
I think I'd rank it higher than 2. It's just wow. This OVA. This OVA has held a very special place in my heart. I would watch this all the time as a kid. Even though I didn't know what Sonic Sonic actually was, but this being my introduction into Sonic and how how it's world building and it's generally the whole world of OVA really fascinates me, very much to an extent. But yeah, this OVA holds a very special place in my heart. With how iconic it is. And I was able to summarize basically most of the whole plot of this.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you were able to talk about this. It's clear that you're very passionate about that. And that's what the podcast of Disaster is for. It's for passionate Sonic fans talking about their favorite things. And speaking of things, I'd say it's about time that we wrap this thing up.
I was about to ask first before we go. Where would you rank the OVA in terms of the Sonic movies, Floof?
Floof?
Actually, can you say that question again?
I was asking where you would rank the where would you rank the Sonic OVA with all the live action Sonic movies in mind?
Genuinely.
Well, because everyone else shared their opinion, well, except for me, but yeah.
Especially not with 4 coming out, But what I can say is that at the very least, the movie, the OVA is definitely the most OG Sonic the Hedgehog movie you could get. Again, despite some bumps in the road, it is at least a pretty good movie too. The live action movies are definitely the best Sonic movies to feature Sonic, but in terms of at its core is reminiscent of the Sonic video games, and OVA is the closest to that, in my opinion.
That's fair.
I see. What about you, Court? Where would you? I
mean, I don't know. I probably agree with JCR. I haven't really sat down and thought about it for more than 5 seconds, honestly, but I'd say that's a pretty fair assessment. Maybe it being better than the first movie, but not on the same level as movie 2 and 3. Yeah, I think I would agree with that, probably.
I see.
And that will see us through this episode of the Podcast of Disaster. As always, be good to yourselves, others, and mothers, and we will see you next time. Have a great day, everybody, or night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Toodles. Strange thing, isn't it? Huh?